Hi pretty minds, welcome to another video. So today I will be talking about how to implement consistency and how to become more consistent when it comes to your work, when it comes to accomplishing this task that you need for your business, when it comes to doing the things that actually move the needle in your business. So if you want to learn the 5 steps that are going to take you forward, stay tuned. Alright, guys, so I want to start off by saying that when you are an entrepreneur and you want to leave the 9 to 5 lifestyle behind you, you have to realize that the only thing separating where you are right now to where you want to be is work, work, and more work. And it's simple, but yet a lot of people fail. Reason number one is to work hard on the wrong things. So no matter how much work you put into something, if it is not the right things, if it is not the things that actually move your business forward, that are actually moving the needle, then you will be faced all the time with failure. Because working hard is not a guarantee of success. That's why a lot of people, they work hard in their lives, but it's just not happening for them. And sometimes we think that life is unfair, and it is unfair. That's the reality of the game. Life is not fair, but you have to do the right things in order to get the right results. And unless you do that, you will always be faced with failure. If it is that you need to be more focused on the right medium to reach your audience, then do so. A lot of people, they hang out in Twitter when in reality maybe your audience is hanging out in Instagram or on YouTube. You have to be where your audience is, and unless you do that, you will always be short. You will always be short, and that's the reality. Reason number two is to give up too early. A lot of us, we give up when we're just one step away from actually finding that one thing that are going to propel our business forward. And it is sad because a lot of us, we don't reach that potential that we've always had. A lot of us, we have a hard time to see the end of the tunnel and to see that there is hope. Even if we cannot see it right now, there is hope. And as long as you give up just before you reach that threshold of you know of milestone, of success, of everything that you are looking for, you will always remain in the same place. And it is a sad thing to say, but that's one of the reasons people why are not consistent, because they give up. And the thing is, when you work every single day at something, you are building some kind of momentum. And this is what is actually making the difference between you and the people who are giving up every single time, because every time you start again, the thing is, you start again from zero. And it is hard. How many times are you going to start over and over and over again? It's like a never ending circle, and actually you're never moving forward, you're never moving up the ladder, and that's what you want eventually. So stop giving up, stop thinking that you're not meant for this, because you are. You just have to believe in yourself. You just have to know that after this problem you are facing, something great is waiting for you. But how will you know if you give up just before getting into that door? You will never know. Reason number three why entrepreneurs are faced with failure all the time is because they lack consistency. And this is what I'm going to be talking about, and the 5 steps that will lead you to become more consistent. But we have to talk about the fact that people are not consistent. Some people, they just don't do the work. Some people, they will do the work and show up once in a while, and some people, they will work really hard for a period of time, and then they will just like cool off and enjoy themselves and then come back. And consistency is about being consistent for a very long period of time. Like, if I can say so myself, eventually you want to be working consistently, maybe 5 to 7 days a week. Maybe you're planning on having weekends off eventually. That's what I'd like for myself, but right now it is not an option. Especially in the beginning, you want to make sure that you are doing consistent work every single day, because this is what you need. You are building a foundation here, so you have to start from somewhere. And also, I wanted to say that consistency is the common trait that all successful entrepreneurs and successful people in general share. and they have in common. Because if you're not consistent in what you do, how will you be known for somebody who has authority in whatever field you are playing in? You know, you have to realize that people, when they think of you or when they want to buy a product from you or a service, they want to know that you will show up every time, that they can count on you, that you can be somebody that's reliable. And if you're not consistent, you're not going to gain that trust. You're not going to be someone's favorite brand. You're not going to be someone's go-to person. And consistency is something you build over time. So don't sell yourself short and think that, yes, I am not consistent because I've never been in my life. No, you can build consistency. It's not something you're born with, you know. If you don't have naturally consistency, you can build that, and that's what I'm going to talk to you in the 5 next step. So yeah. All right, so now that I've said the 3 main reasons why people actually fail all the time, I want to dive deep into the 5 steps that are going to make you a more consistent person. So step number 1 is to learn to adjust. And I think I want to start with this point because I think it is the most important one. No matter how prepared you are, if you don't learn to adjust to the rocks that life is going to throw at you, I think this video will be pointless, because no matter how prepared you are, no matter how much time you put into, blocking every 1 hour, and you're planning on doing this, and then in the next hour you're planning on doing social media, on the next hour you're planning on doing cold calls and stuff like that, you will have to realize that life is going to happen. Sometimes you have something planned for yourself and it just cannot happen for X amount of reasons. Sometimes maybe a family member needs you at that moment. Maybe sometimes when you are working on your laptop, like the power goes out and all your work of the day could not be saved, and you have to learn to adjust when the situation occurs, because if you cannot, then you cannot call yourself an entrepreneur in a way, because like I said earlier, like I said in another video, being an entrepreneur is all about solving problems. If you cannot solve your own problems, how will you be able to solve others' problems? And once you learn to make the best of every situation you've been given, truly you can really give yourself a pat in the back, because that's really the hardest stuff, I think. Because sometimes you want something, you're so excited about a project, and then you realize you don't have the resources, you don't have the time, or something else happens, and there's nothing more frustrating. So do yourself a favor, just go with the flow, do what you can in the moment, and just take it one day at a time. That's the best advice I think I could give you in this video. If life gives you lemons, make lemonade, because that's all you can do with it. You cannot make an orangeade, or I don't know, like a strawberry lemonade, if life gives you lemon. So just do with what you have and do the best with it. Step number 2 will be to create some kind of schedule for yourself. Think about the things that you need to do every month. What do you need to do monthly? What do you need to do weekly, daily, and on an hourly basis? Once you know those things, then try to have some kind of calendar and write down everything that you need to do. That way, every time you know what you have to do, instead of coming to your workplace or coming to your little place where you actually work and having to find out what it is that you have to do. Because once you actually create a plan for yourself, you kind of eliminate the option of, oh, maybe I don't feel like doing this, maybe I can do that later. There's nothing worse than putting for tomorrow what you can do today, because you don't know what tomorrow is going to be made of. And actually planning the things that you need to do kind of reduces the amount of time that you waste, because you don't have to ask yourself what it is that needs to be done every single month, every single week. Because when you are on a tight schedule, every time is going to become automatic. You're going to create some kind of system that is going to empower you and help you get the job done. Step number 3 to become more consistent will be to work hard, but to work smarter also. Working hard is necessary, although it doesn't guarantee success, but it is a foundation, it is a fundamental when it comes to becoming an entrepreneur, when it comes to having a business that's successful and thriving and bringing in that coins. You have to work hard, because that is required, although it doesn't guarantee the amount of success that you want, because like I said earlier, you need to be working on the right things. And then the level after that would be to work smarter. Like I said earlier, making sure that you have a schedule on time, making sure that you focus on what truly moves the needle in your business, instead of trying to gain some engagement in Twitter when you know that your audience doesn't really hang out over there. Why don't you try to focus on a community that are made of moms? Then why don't you hang out on Pinterest, because that's where the moms are at. Like, make sure that you do the things that are actually moving the needles in your business and that are bringing the results, because that's what you want. You do not want to work just for the sake of working. You want to work to make sure that you get to those goals, that you reach your goals that you want, that you reach the amount of results that you want, and the amount of money that you want to make every year. Tip number 4 would be to create some kind of weekly goals for yourselves, because yes, of course, I'm sure you have a 5 year goal plan that you have, maybe a 10-year goal plans that you have, or maybe even a yearly plan of goals that you want to achieve for yourself. But I think what is really helpful is to create goals that you can actually see in the near future, because it helps you. It builds some kind of project for yourself that you need to accomplish every single week. And then every Sunday, you review your work, you review if you actually hit the goal or you missed it. And then it really gives you uh, some kind of momentum for me, because I know that every week, yes, I have 7 days, I need to make this happen. How am I going to do it? And it's really fun, because every week you get to reset the button and to commit to something else, or to rework on something, and you know what you will need to tweak in order to hit it next time. Last step, and step number 5, would be to reward yourself. So there's nothing more encouraging than having a reward when you accomplish the work or the goal that you've hit. And I think it is an important part of the process, because that is what is going to keep you going every single time, because it's not only the goal that you want to achieve, but knowing that you're going to reward yourself as a result will be like an even greater benefit in a way. And I think it is so important. Maybe let's say you've in this week you plan on getting maybe 100 more subscribers on YouTube, or 100 followers on Instagram, and you've hit that goal. What are you going to do to celebrate? Are you going to take yourself shopping for $100? It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be something that feels good and make you keep on working and striving to do more. And I think you really need to do small things, because those are small goals, but eventually in a year span it will be really big. And then when you have a 1 year goal that you've accomplished, then like, go all out by all means. But I think that is really, really necessary, and every time I've done so, every time I knew there were reward, like I get to watch my favorite show and get a pastry that I really, really love and that I really crave at the end of the week, it would make me work harder than I would if I had just to get a goal in order to reach the goal. I don't know if you know what I mean, but if you do, yeah, I think it is really important, and I think every week you should reward yourself for the good work that you've done, because if you don't celebrate yourself, then who will? Alright guys, that's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to share it with a friend who could use a trick or two on how to become more consistent on the work. And also tell me in the comment section below, how do you rate your consistency on a scale from 1 to 10? And also don't forget to subscribe to Pretty Mindset channel in order to get more content on how to build a business and a life you love with the right mindset. So thank you so much guys. You have a great week. Bye. So I don't know what to say. Okay, one more time. I'm upset. I'm tired. Today is not the day. I swear to God. You know why? Fuck this shit, man. I'm tired. I'm gonna get it. Okay. This is all happening because I was supposed to do it Sunday. Sunday. Ah! Almost done. I'm almost done. I need to hang in there. Boo boo, you can do it. I'm sad, man. Okay. Oh no, why? Why?